All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a bit of an autobiography on Marco and Mileena. Now, Marco and Mileena are looking like Hollywood stars, right? Like a starlet, right? Like Mileena looks like a starlet, right? Like look at this look, right? You're thinking to yourself, yeah, this is the true look of a starlet. Now, what you perhaps don't know is Marco and Mileena live a pretty ordinary life. Now, I am not a star or a starlet, so that's why I live an ordinary life. But the thing about that is when you're not famous for a long, long time, like I was trying to be famous a little bit here and there, didn't make it, almost made it at times, was really given kudos and given like, yeah, you can do it. A lot of people really said some nice things along the way. A lot of people really said, you're very good looking, but you're not the number one choice. And it was because of my nerves. I know it was because of my nerves at the time, all right? This is when I was younger, all right? So it was because of my nerves. And so when you're like, well, you've been there, done that, and you tried, and you almost made it, and they chose you, and they wanted you to do this and that, and then they're like, no, we can't have you do this and that because of your nerves. So they didn't say that flat out, but I mean that's obviously the reason why, because I knew I was very nervous at the time. So when I did those things, I really felt that um, I was meant for bigger things. Now YouTube came along, which I'm very very grateful for, because YouTube is a fun thing where you can try your best to be successful on your own terms. You can do all the lighting, all the camera work, all the producing, all the writing, everything you want on it. And it is fun, guys. I love it. So because YouTube came along, I had literally a chance that I never would have had before. Now you're thinking to yourself, okay, you're talking about this, you're you're only at 1,000 subscribers. So you're talking about being ultra famous and you're talking about being really good at your craft and all this. Where is the confidence from? Why are you like that? Why are you saying all these things when you know your subscriber count is low compared to other people? And now the reason why is because I believe in myself. I've always believed in myself. Um, Now, when I was younger, I was swayed by people saying, no, you can't. And who wouldn't be, right? When you're in your 20s, you're just kind of like, well, I feel gorgeous, but I didn't make it, so that must mean I'm not good enough. And so you get into this kind of like, not downward spiral. For me, I was a happy person, but I mean, you get into this mode where you're like, oh no, like I really thought I was going to be chosen. And you knew, deep down I knew I was very nervous, but I was like, there's no way I'm not chosen. Like, why am I not chosen? And I mean, for the most part, you're just like, damn, like, I really wish I would have been chosen. Like, I spent a lot of time looking good. I worked out a lot. Like, you see me now, I'm very, very fit now, but I've had periods where I would run 10K a day for 5 days a week. I had periods where I was working out 3 hours a day, 6 days a week with weights. I had periods where I was doing crazy immense amounts of work and on all organic diets and on all kinds of things. And only now, because YouTube is here, thank God for YouTube, fingers crossed, thank God for YouTube, I am able to talk about things that I've been able to do. And I'm like an exceptional, rare person, right? So to me, it's rare to be as good as I am. And it's just kind of like, well, like I'm like, well, I'm rare, yes, but you don't see that when you are being rejected. And Lady Gaga talks about being rejected. She talks about being rejected a lot, actually, in Hollywood. And it takes time, and sometimes people are like, you're very very good, but we just don't want to hire you. Let's say the cast is a crew that won't get along with you, or they just don't think you'll fit in, or they think maybe he won't be good in the role, or she, or mine is Mileena, but I'm normally Marco, so when I'm out in public. But But people are like, well, they won't make it, and there's a lot of scams out there. It's tough, right? Like, you really have a hard time, and YouTube is one reliable source where you can say, hey, I really gave it a shot. I kept trying. I really kept trying. And YouTube, you can spend all day long making videos. They're out there. They're out there in public, so people can see them. People can say, hey, I want to hire you. Or people can say, hey, you know what, you're good. Or people can say whatever. And you can actually make it as a star on YouTube, which is very, very nice. Because YouTube is such a great platform. I'm not worried about my success. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm really feeling like it is going to happen for me. I'm very blessed to have YouTube, and I think we all are. Even people that would never ever have a shot in this business would really feel like YouTube is going to give them that shot, right? So it just goes without saying that, when you've tried and tried and tried, like Lady Gaga did, like lots of other stars do, because that's what they do. They try and try and try until they make it, and if they don't make it, it's upsetting, but they keep trying. And guess what? One day you will make it. And of course, I have a lot going on for me, right? Like, it's not like I can say, I look like a star already, right? Like, I look like Robert Downey Jr. As Marco, and I look like Jennifer Aniston or Jessica Simpson or Kim Basinger when she was younger, or Shania when she was younger as Mileena, right? So I definitely have the advantage. Now, and I mean, I'm very privileged in a lot of senses. I have like a family that's all musical and all kind of like natural talents, geniuses in my family, beautiful people in my family. So it's something that goes without saying, but I mean, that's just how it goes, right? But for me anyway, I'm lucky, obviously, but even with a good look, it's hard to get in. Like, I've been on YouTube for 2 years, and I think the magic number for people to get famous on YouTube is probably like maybe 4 years. Maybe it seems like it's a lot more actually. I think a lot of people take a long time to get famous. I'm trying to shorten it by making a lot of videos and seeing that reaches an audience quicker, but it does take a very long time. You have to really give it your all the time, and you have to be on point and all that. But the good news with YouTube is you have a chance where you can do more mistakes, right? And you can do it on your own terms, right? Like, there are a lot of celebrities that, with the Harvey Weinstein scandal, the Me Too movement, and all that, yes, they were asked to do things that they didn't want to do, and some of them did, and now Harvey Weinstein's in jail, but some of them did, and unfortunately, that's a difficult situation to be in. When you're someone that does it on your own terms, as a guy or girl, you can do it on your own terms, so you don't have to worry about anybody asking you things that make you uncomfortable or making you feel like you're not good enough or anything like that. You feel as good about yourself as you want to. You do what you want. You give what you want. You take what's given to you. So if you're very, very good, you take all the rewards that's given to you, and maybe that's eventually fame and a lot of money, right? So anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Totally click that subscribe button, guys. I'm worth it. All right, thank you. Bye now.